If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. We here at the Creative Insomniac, which is a Black and biracial owned brand and business, would also like to support other Black and multicultural businesses. With that being said, this portion of the episode is sponsored by Limitlestics. Limitlestics is the study of knowing no limits in your life. It is an everyday mantra. I see no limits, I speak no limits, and I know no limits. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle. Head over to limitlestics.com where you can purchase merchandise such as shirts, tote bags, glassware, and mugs. They also do custom orders. If you have a vision, they can make it a reality. So again, head over to www.limitlestics.com. Again, the website is www.limitlestics.com. Listening to the Creative Insomniac. All right. Yes. Welcome back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to an episode of the Creative Insomniac. I am your host, Selena LeBron. I know it's been a while. Oh my God. We should have turned the AC down in the back. I can hear it.
What AC?
But it's hot as hell, so it's staying on. It just, at least for a little bit, because there's no way. So yeah, that voice you hear in the background is my surprise guest. Hello. Introduce yourself, sir.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is Chris. Just jumping in on this episode to discuss what exactly?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
All right. It's what the audience tunes into for, like that direction. A very disciplined topic discussion that we're going to have about shrug.
Listen, discipline left quite a few episodes ago. Discipline and consistency have not been a part of this podcast for quite some time. We had a good run those first 5 episodes, and then life kicked in, things happened, and
things happen. It's true.
Quite a few things happen, including and not limited to currently COVID right now, which we are both recovering from.
COVID.
We got hit with that Rona.
Knocked you on your ass.
We don't talk about Rona, but we damn sure are talking about Rona right now, because we damn sure both caught it. The whole household, everybody.
Yeah.
Fun times. Got
fucked up.
So, what do you want to talk about?
I mean, we can talk a little bit about the last week specifically and all of the shitty symptoms that came along with Roro.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, everything that we heard about it was like, because we, for the better part of about 30 months, avoided it. And, you know, coming off a couple shots, it still put us on our ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fevers and the coughing and
I think the
lightheadedness and the dizziness.
The craziest part for me, I think, was the hallucinations. Yeah, they were not lying about that. That was 100% true. That first night, I kept seeing like weird shit. I thought I heard dogs barking in the room, like right next to my ear, right next to me. I thought I saw like a skeletal dog, not like a demon dog, but like people. That's the first thing people are gonna be thinking. She was saying demons. Like no.
It was a kindly natured, starved dog.
It was a skeletal dog. I kind of thought maybe it was my dog that passed away, Stubbs. My Stubbies, because it ran up to me and it didn't try to attack me. It like kind of ran up to me like how a dog would run up to you and jump onto your like into your lap.
Well, that's how I know it wasn't Stubbs.
Shut up, leave him. Bless him.
Little pudgy guy was not running anywhere anytime soon.
My hefty corgi. He was very hefty. He was solid.
Yeah.
I will not use fat to describe him. He was a solid dog.
Yeah, it was solid with Alpo and
shut up.
table food and everything else.
Oh my god. But yeah, I think that was the most jarring symptom for me was the hallucinations. I don't wish that on anyone. The coughing fits, that was definitely the worst. I think for you.
Yeah. Voice is still a little hoarse. There's gonna be some like lingering effects from that for a while. But luckily it feels like we find all the wood possible to knock on. We passed the worst of it. But yeah, that definitely sucked. That sucked a lot.
Yeah, the kids, they blew through that like champs. They got through that like champs. They were like done after day 2, and they only had like little fevers. But us, nah, we were in the fetal position until like yesterday.
Yeah, they were like, get this weak shit away from me. Me, I'm like in the corner crying in the fetal position, bawling with the pillow wrapped around, like in between my legs and shit. Yeah, it was rough.
That was not something I would want to experience again. But on the upside of that, we now have the antibodies on top of having the vaccine. So, not a sales pitch, but if you have not gotten vaccinated, you probably should. I didn't get the booster. He did.
For a second there, I thought you were going to co-sign on getting Roro.
No.
But on the plus side, if you do have a chance, get that shit.
There is
because
no
now you got
Roro.
these antibodies, and you can fuck COVID up in big time.
There is no plus side of that. Please understand these statements are made with sarcasm. I have to put that out there. Understand that, because anytime you talk about this, even on social media, if you make a post about it, it puts like that disclaimer on it. You know what I'm talking about? It puts that, like on Instagram, if you post up anything about it that has any keywords in regards to COVID-19, it hits it with a disclaimer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I don't fuck with Instagram like that, so.
What? What?
Nah.
Dishonor. Dishonor on you. Dishonor. No, he's a Twitter whore.
That's right.
He's a full blown Twitter whore. Why don't you regale us on some of the funny things you've read on Twitter in the last few days?
Funny shit I've read on Twitter. I couldn't tell you anything like off the top of my head, just put me on the spot something funny, but going through like the current events the last few days, and then you'll always, my saving grace is always going to be sarcasm, because the last, going back further than a few days, the last couple of years is just nothing but dismal, bleak news. And if you got some sarcasm to get that dark sense of humor through some of that awful, non-stop shitty news, kind of makes things a little less unbearable. So some of that's really nice to see. You know, you're always going to see some of like the Onion version of current events spitting sarcasm on some of the most terrible things happening, and that's always a nice way to digest a lot of the like non-stop barrage of shit that's always happening.
Yeah, Twitter is on my top for and there you go. A little residual residual hacking there for you.
Apologies, guys. That's the row saying hi.
But yeah, Twitter is always a go-to for some good sarcasm. And honestly, I don't really mess with social media like that, even though I should, because I have this podcast. But I need someone to run that for me. So if you're interested, please email me, because I can't. It's a little too much for me to run that too. But anyway, what I was going to say was that of all the social media networks, Twitter is first for me, and then I'd have to say Instagram, and that's only because I like Reels. I don't really mess with TikTok too much. Once they implemented Reels for Instagram, it was kind of a moot point to go on TikTok, at least in my mind. And I had it when it was Musical.ly, when it was originally Musical.ly, and
I don't fucks with TikTok, but I will give props where props is due. The TikTok army will shut down something awful every now and then. I remember what was about 2.5 years ago. There was it was a rally by a former president. That was supposed to go down somewhere in like Texas or some shit.
I remember that.
Like during COVID, and a bunch of people on TikTok rented out seats and then never showed, and it was fucking glorious. I remember that. That was excellent, just absolutely excellent. So like, I don't fucks with TikTok, but I'll give them their props due.
That's how I feel.
That's very necessary.
Thank you, Drea, for the soundbite. That's my evil Deborah laugh for y'all, in case Drea's listening. But yeah, I remember that. That was hilarious. It was hilarious. Yeah, I mean, TikTok, you can do some good with social media, and you can also do some bad, because then there was those stupid trends with like Tide Pods and
yeah.
The Tide Pod. It's
some of that shit can get pretty dangerous, but there's also another side of that where I think I've read that where some users or mid-level users or executives from other platforms are trying to sabotage TikTok by pushing or inventing those trends on there, try to give it the bad publicity
gotcha.
to push people off the platform. I don't know. I can't tell either ways. All I can tell, and those that are around me, and especially the kids, is to stay the hell away from it.
Yeah, if it looks stupid, it probably is. If it's a trend where you have to ingest something you probably shouldn't, if you have to ingest something that comes clearly with warning labels, then what about no? Let's just not do that. But yeah. So I mean, I have some pretty interesting episode topics coming up. right now, this is more like an introduction to Chris.
To this guy.
To this guy. Because I know he's been itching to be on my glorious podcast, right?
Yeah.
Just itching in your nether regions.
Yeah.
Just all of the itching.
That's definitely not crabs. I got it checked.
And we're applauding you for that, sir. We are happy you got it.
One more for the good guys.
Oh my god. But yeah, I have some interesting topics coming up that he's gonna jump on to and give his take.
Yeah, he is.
Answer some questions and yeah. So this is just a little quick introduction and introduction to Chris and if you have any questions to ask him, you can follow him, reach him on what's your Twitter handle?
The Gruntled #1 at Twitter.
Is it gruntled or disgruntled?
Oh, it's the Ungruntled.
The Ungruntled?
Yes.
Wait, hold on for clarification here.
I can confirm it is the Ungruntled #1. The
Ungruntled with the #1.
Yes.
So the Ungruntled 1 at Twitter.
I am excellent at giving away my Twitter handle. I do it all the time.
So if you want to send him a tweet on the Twitter, give him a hello, how you doing?
Hello.
And yeah, so we're gonna end here. We're saying hello here. We're gonna end here, and just saying, I think we hit it out of the park with that one. Just do it again. I love my sound bites.
Very necessary.
So, the next episode, I guess I'll give a spoiler alert. So, the next episode is going to be called Sexomnia.
That's right.
That's going to be the next episode. It's going to be, it's going to be a nice wild one. Between Chris and I, we actually found quite a bit of some interesting wild facts. So keep your ears out for that one.
Keep your ears perked.
That should keep you guys pretty interested for what's coming this season, all the craziness and all the stuff that I've been preparing. For the last few months, I might as well just throw this out there too. For the last few months, I've been not casually, but vlogging my recovery and what was supposed to be my upcoming surgeries and all the stuff that's been going on. Hence the silence. So I've been batch preparing these episodes and been more focused on the YouTube video that's going to be coming out. Part 1 is already out. If you haven't watched it, go to the YouTube channel, The Creative Insomniac on YouTube. There is actually another person with that. She makes like Etsy projects and stuff. That is not me. Just look for my logo. It's Creative Insomniac Podcast, and I'll pop right up. But yeah, I've been working on that and just kind of preparing the episodes for here and setting up the studio, because I kind of want to switch to video and audio podcasting. And then I was kind of working on the particulars to include the disgruntled one, the ungruntled
one. The
ungruntled one.
Jesus Christ. Get it together. Yes.
Getting my sound bites together.
All of that.
So it's been a one person show up until now. So let's see what happens with the ungruntled one.
The ungruntled one.
And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little introduction. Give the Ungruntled one a follow. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Find me on YouTube. I am also on Instagram at the Creative Insomniac Podcast. And I'll see you in the next episode.
Support your girl.
That's right. Oh, I do have a Patreon, but I'm going to talk about that in the next episode. Because it's up, it's live now. And I think I have a behind the scenes up there too. So yeah, that's right. Go check out my Patreon, y'all. Go support. Go check out my Patreon, y'all. We're a work in progress. Alright. I am your host, Selena LeBron, and this is the Creative Insomniac.
It's been real.